Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Put a Ring on It, Season 3, Episode 8. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, I know I said that I was not going to continue on in the running to review Put a Ring on It, but you know what? I'm going to go and finish it out. Okay, because I love y'all. So we're going to go and finish this thing out. There's only 10 episodes and we're on episode number 8. So y'all, let's get into it if we going to get into it. When the episode first opens up, Charlena says no to another date because it could possibly be disrespectful to old Otis. Because he wants to take her away from her man. Charlena, honey, he wants to have sex with you. He don't want no relationship, child. He just want to lay down, child. He cannot be trusted. So Dr. Nicole said that she's giving Slowdale Beckham a lot of credit to disrupt. Absolutely. I think he wants to conquer her. I really do feel like he looks at Charlena as a conquest. And because he's dealt with other women that have had relationships and stuff, he's like, you know what? Let me see if I can be boyfriend number 2. Because the first one, he don't really. Boy, if you don't shut up. Absolutely not. Charlena, don't do it, honey. Don't do it with old Otis and don't do it with Slowdale. Okay, so she said that she just doesn't want that energy in her relationship. So Otis was like, yeah, I kind of see where he's coming from because, I feel like he may have seen Charlena as weak. No, sir. You just wanted to say that out loud. Okay, that's all you. That's what you're thinking, and that's why you treat her the way you do. Child, he didn't see her as weak. You trying to cut her down on the slick, and you ain't fooling me. And she's like, I'm not weak. Don't say that. Like, don't say that about me. Child, you already know how Charlena gets, honey. Please leave this woman alone. She feels like he was insulting her. So, the other couples are chiming in and Shea is like, yeah, I feel like he's insulting her. But Shorty was like, no, I feel like he's projecting his own feelings into the situation. And I absolutely agree. So Otis said that, he said that because he thought when the dude said that he could take Charlena from him, he may have thought it was because Charlena was weak enough to go. Now, honey, I'm with Shorty. You're projecting how you feel about her. So then Dr. Nicole says what she's going to say. And Charlena said, I just get upset before actually gaining clarity. No, you're in the right, honey, because Otis likes to play. Okay, he likes to say little slick stuff and thinks nobody's going to say anything back to him. The way that you feel is 100% valid. Okay, you do got some stuff with you too, Charlene. I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Okay. But at the same time, now you ain't jumping the gun, honey. You know your man. Moving forward. So Dr. Nicole said this week, Alfonzo and Shea will be on new dates. Shorty is going on a third date with Tavy. Otis and Charlena are to go home and make a list of what they want more of from their partner. They share with each other, but don't be accusatory. Now, Dr. Nicole, honey, I don't know if the bobby pins are too tight or what is happening, but you already know these two cannot be trusted, child. Good luck, Chuck. In the next scene, Alfonzo and Shea are getting ready for their date. Well, Alfonzo is getting ready for his. And Shea was like, you know what? I'm going to take Dr. Nicole's advice. Baby, when she said that, I said, say what now? Not you going to take the advice, girl. Okay, girl. She said, I'm going to let him go on his date and grin in peace. Because y'all know Alfonso gonna smile if he don't do nothing else, honey. I do like that he's always jolly, honey, but you are not Santa Claus, okay? All that grinning. So she said that she sees the progress in him, so she's gonna loosen the reins a little bit. So baby, then Tanisha and her skirt shows up. Y'all remember the skirt? I know y'all remember the skirt. It was when you had a skirt in the front and some shorts in the back, and baby, that thing was thanging back there in them shorts. Do y'all hear me? She's 30 years old and she has never taken anyone's man, but they come to her. Do you accept them, sis? Because if you accept them, therefore and thus and such, you are a part of the problem, honey. That's why we can't keep them now, child. Y'all just accepting them when they come. Child, send them back from whence they came. Anyway, that's just a side note. So she was like, if I see something that I like, I go for it. And if I like Fonzo, I'm going to go after him. Oh, child. This is the date you should have been watching, Shea. Not Miss Detroit and her plate and her side swoop. Every time I think about that plate. Oh, honey. But Tanisha is beautiful, though. She is very pretty, honey. And Shea did not want to hear that. She was like, she all right. Okay, I don't know about very pretty. She is a very pretty lady. So, baby, Shea opens the door, honey. They sit down. So she runs down the rules. She's like, no touching, no breathing, no smiling, don't look at him. And if I call him, he needs to answer the phone. Ma'am, is this your idea of going with the flow? Because, honey, this ain't it. And why would you call while he's out on his date? Unless the house is burning down, you do not need to be calling him. Call him for what? Ciao. So Alfonso comes down. Of course, he grinning. And he got on all the jewelry in his closet. And they're off to the races. So they're in the car, right? And on the way to the sushi making class, they're talking. They're making small talk. They both have birthdays coming up. Hers is in 2 weeks. His is next week. Scorpio gang, honey. Not them Scorpios, honey. You know them Scorpios are very sexual beings. So this right here is some spontaneous combustion just waiting to happen. Okay, and they ain't fooling me. So she's telling us in the confessional that she's very attracted to Fonzo and she loves his bald head, his height, and that he's funny. Sis, is he funny or is he just grinning all the time and you think he's told you a joke but he has not? Because I don't see funny in Alfonso. Oh, child, I don't see it, baby. This one here is trouble. So they get to the class, right? So the teacher is teaching them how to roll this sushi. Honey, I'm sure Alfonso is used to rolling them up. Okay? He ain't no stranger to rolling one up. Allegedly. But I don't remember seeing y'all wash y'all hands. And honey, y'all know how I feel about that. Child, y'all ain't washed y'all hands yet. And they sit down and they're talking, right? So she's like, you ain't gonna feed me? Baby, Shea got him so shook he can't even eat the sushi good. Do y'all hear me? So she asked him what kind of woman he likes. And he's like, you know what? I'm old school. I like them natural. I'm pretty sure hanging out with Ricky Rose, you are not seeing the girl next door. Okay, and you ain't fooling me. Child, sounds like you're saying that because she has a natural body. Y'all really think we crazy? So he was like, yeah, I like all that. I like the stretch marks. You know, I just like that tiger. And she's like, oh, I like that. Okay, I got that. All right now, Fonzo. Okay, you crossing the line. Shea been and jumped from out of the sushi. Baby, Shea been and jumped out that sushi, child. So he asked her how she feels about blended families, and she said that she's cool with it. She said, actually, my child's father, his children's mother, we're cool. So everything's all good in the hood. He was like, see, that's what I want. He said, I didn't set boundaries early with my child's mother. So, you know, everything is separate, like the birthdays or this, or that. No, you want to keep them separate. Okay. Quiet as it's kept. I don't believe you want to blend the family. Child, please. So Tanisha said, you know, well, if Shea don't want to blend the family, he can blend his family over here with me. Girl, you don't want them kind of problems. Honey, Fonzo not telling the whole story. He probably lying to all parties involved. Y'all don't put nothing past these men, honey. Absolutely nothing. Moving forward. So then she asked about a second date, and he said to be determined. Baby, he is feeling her. Y'all know she gonna get that second date. Okay. In the next scene at Otis and Charlena's house, they're doing their homework, and Charlena is writing down what she needs, and she said quality time. So he was like, well, we spend time, and it's quality. Well, why is she asking for it then, Otis? Huh? So she was like, no, like, I don't want you to be on your phone and looking at Instagram and all of this. Like, I want your undivided attention. So he was like, oh, okay, kind of like when you're in the bed and I'm trying to talk to you and then you're on Instagram. Okay. She's telling him what she needs. This is per Dr. Nicole's request. Okay. This is not just her sitting down saying, I need. And she doesn't want any feedback, because she even asked him, she said, no, I don't want to go back and forth. She said, I'm giving you what I need and I want to know what you need from me. So instead of him doing that, he's being passive aggressive, being petty. And so she also brings up that she needs words of affirmation because she feels like he always says more negative things than positive. She was like, you know, it kind of makes me feel insecure in the relationship. He's like, yeah, you do that to me too. Okay. Otis, if you're not going to take the exercise seriously, then don't do it at all. Ugh, he is so exhausting and childish. Child, please. Moving forward. In the next scene, Shorty and her date, they're going salsa dancing. So they hit him with the 1-2 step. Shout out to Sierra. So they're in there doing it and whatnot. And I just have to say this, y'all. I do not see any romantic chemistry between these two. I see like friends. Like, I feel like Tavy is this way with everybody that he encounters. Like, this is his personality. You can just tell. Like, he's one of those guys that's cool with everybody. That's just my opinion of it. So they sit down to talk, and he asked her where her head was at. And she was like, you know, I'm at a crossroads. I've seen progress, but we're just not all the way there yet. And she's telling us that she feels guilty about having too much fun and having a good time. Girl, I say go ahead and enjoy yourself, honey. Enjoy the process. Smile, okay? Because I don't want us to forget how this season started out, okay? Like, it's toxic. The relationship is toxic no matter how you slice it, okay? Both parties need to go into their separate corners of the world, okay? And never see each other again. Moving forward. In the next scene, Shea meets up with DJ Silva. He's 42. He's from Detroit, but he reps Atlanta to the fullest. So I see they're recruiting Detroit strong on this season. Side note, Shea, you look so pretty with this natural ponytail. Like, you rocking your real hair. It is so refreshing. I like to see that. So he said he plans to just be himself as far as it's, the date with Shea is concerned. Child, Silva got on a golf shirt, a blazer, a hat. He got a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Baby DJ Silva got it all on, okay? So they sit down, they're talking. She starts telling him a little bit about herself. And then he tells her that he's a DJ, but he does it virtually so that he can, keep his family safe. So she was like, oh, okay. So who do you have at home? He said, I have a 1-year-old at home. Oh, okay. I said, good day, sir. Sir, I said, good day. Child, you are still in an entanglement. You were quarantined with your child's mother. Child, the poor baby hasn't even been out into the world good yet. Honey, the world ain't fully just opened up. I mean, it's opened up, but just in some places not really opened up. The baby hasn't even lived a good 2 years yet. With such a new pandemic baby at home, you are not ready to date, honey. You are not ready to love. Honey, I hate to cross-reference the shows, child, but absolutely not. So Shea asked how he would handle the insecurities that she may have about his child's mother. And he said that he will communicate to that ex, and then he will communicate to his girl, because the child is the most important thing. So there's no drama. But once he loves someone, that's where he's going to be. Sounds good. So Shea is like, oh, okay, so you're going to talk to her. Like, you're going to be the one to sit down and sort things out. He said, yeah, because the second that I meet somebody, I'm going to bring it to her. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all, honey. A pair of lips will say anything. Okay. A DJ with a 1-year-old child at home. What happened with the child's mother? Because the child is still very young. If the 1-year-old is at home, is the mama there as well? Like, are you a single dad? I need some more. I need it to be flushed out for me. Like, I don't know if I missed that part. Did he explain that, they're no longer together, but they co-parent, but the baby is there? And I don't understand it. You DJing virtually, but you up in here with Shea on this date. Oh, okay. Moving forward. So she's like, yeah, that's what I'm going through. He's like, yeah, see, I will put it out there because what am I hiding? Like, if I'm with you, I'm with you. Now, I agreed on that part. And she's like, oh, okay, so if they didn't do that, you would think it's game? Girl, not you getting advice from a male's perspective on the slick when you already know what time it is. You know Alfonso is playing a game. Child, a blind man could see that. So DJ Silva said, yes, men are simple. He's playing a game. Like, he know what he doing. He know exactly what he doing. Okay, now this you're on point with. Shout out to Phaedra Parks. So then Shea had an aha moment because, honey, he was really, dropping some jewels on her. That maybe Fonzo don't want to change. Ma'am, he went on vacation with the woman. No, he does not want to change. In the next scene, the couples meet up with Dr. Nicole, hey girl, to discuss the week. And they start with Charlena and old Otis. And Otis starts telling Dr. Nicole that they discussed quality time and they didn't have the same definition of what quality time was. So Charlena was like, yeah, I feel like if he's on Instagram, then it's not quality time. So Dr. Nicole asked her what else was on the list. So she reads what she wrote, and one of them was words of encouragement because she feels like he does that and she doesn't want to be judged. So he was like, I just feel like my attempt to be her biggest cheerleader, it isn't being received. Child, he always got an excuse, child. Let's move on. So she asked about Alfonso's date, and he tells her that Shea actually let her in, okay, out the cold. Come on in, girl. I'm glad you got on a coat. And he said that the girl was very pretty. Shea was like, okay, and she was pretty. I don't know about very. Shea, the girl was very pretty. You're very pretty. It is okay. Sit in your beauty. Stop worrying about this woman, honey. I mean, you kind of got to worry about her a little bit, honey, because she looking like she looking for something. But that's neither here nor there. She is very pretty. So Shea said he was going too far. She ain't like it. And he's like, okay, she came in. Shea gave her the rules. So Dr. Nicole was like, oh my gosh, child, let's hear the rules. So Shea runs the rules down. Shea cannot just let things be. Shea, listen to me. He gonna do what he gonna do regardless. I used to be like that, trying to micromanage and call me on the phone until you get there. And that's not a life I ever want to go back to. Honey, if you got to do all that, I think you better let it go. It feels like another love TKO. Child, just let it go because it's not gonna work. No matter what you do, they're gonna find a way to do them. Girl, anyway. So as Dr. Nicole is speaking, she tells her that Alfonso is allowed to make his own rules. Like, you can't dictate what he's gonna do. So Shea in the confessional, and she's like, girl, please, okay? I have made great strides, so I feel like I should be able to give a few rules and whatnot. No, Shea, it doesn't work like that. So Dr. Nicole and Shea really don't see eye to eye. Okay, it's gonna be a back and forth and a forth and back no matter what. But Shea, you came on this show, but you didn't understand the assignment. You cannot micromanage him and his dates. So Dr. Nicole is telling Shea what she needs to do, and Charlena is like, did you hear what she said? Talking to Otis. Charlena, did you hear what she said? Because the both of y'all are tripping. Child, y'all need to just break up. Just break up, child. And Otis gonna say to her, did you? See, this is what I'm saying. It's too much petty in this relationship. Too much toxicity over there with Shorty and them. Too much petty over here with Charlena and old Otis. And too much infidelity and bullshit over here with Shea and Alfonso. And child, they can wrap this on up. Moving forward. So then they talk about Shea's date, and she said DJ such and such had a 1-year-old with a friend, and he told her that everybody would be introduced if they were together. They would be introduced properly unless he was playing games. So Dr. Nicole was like, well, did that resonate with you, Shea? Child, of course it did. That's what she's going through right now. So Alfonso in his confessional, he was like, this dude getting all in her ear, pretending to be the family guy. Like, 1 minute I'm making progress, and then the next minute I'm taking 10 steps back. You're definitely doing the cha-cha slide. Or one hop this time. Reverse. Yeah, you definitely give him cha-cha slide. Child, 2 steps back and 1 step forward, honey. But don't be salty, Alfonso. Because even though I don't trust what DJ such and such was saying, you shouldn't be salty, honey. He just putting her up on game. So then we go over to Shorty's date, and she tells them about the salsa dancing date. And she was like, I'm not really much of a dancer, but Tavi took the lead, and I learned that I'm comfortable with taking a back seat. I'm comfortable with just like letting someone else lead. So Dr. Nicole asked her if she felt that the person that she's with desired to take the lead. And she said, I think he desires to take the lead, but I don't feel like he's really in the position to do so. So she asked him how he felt, and he said he felt like it was a jab. Child, he just don't want to hear the truth. Okay. And I'm not going to forget about being locked in there with her phone. And I'm not going to forget about you screenshotting her personal banking information. That is abusive, and I ain't going to forget it. How I feel is she isn't downing him in this moment. That's just her truth. Okay. Now in the past, she may have said a little something, but today she's really just sitting there simply saying, I understand that he wants to take the lead, but I don't think he's there or capable right now of taking the lead. So she was like, every time I bring something up, with his shortcomings or whatever, I feel like I have to tiptoe around things. So what she say that for? He was like, you need to stop lying. You say what you gonna say, and you break me down, and you do this and you do that. So they going back and forth and back. And he says that he's paying mostly all of the bills. Well, if that's the case, then why did you have to screenshot her banking information? Like, was it to make sure that she could fit her part of the bill that month, or what is happening? She was like, no, I'm not going to praise him for basically doing the bare minimum. And I agree. Oftentimes, I feel like, we just accept any old thing. Like, things that should come easy for us, they don't. And then when somebody does something like show up at night, like come home at night, then you're like, well, at least he comes home at night. Baby, no, that's the bare minimum. You should be helping. You should be helping to pay bills. You should be doing these things. There's nothing wrong with her saying that. So, baby, they going tit for tat, okay? And Shorty was like, I'm just not feeling putting up with the bare minimum. Listen, no woman wants to feel like they're just accepting scraps that are given. Like, I don't see anything wrong with her wanting more. I truly don't. She just said she feels like she has to tiptoe around his feelings. And, after rethinking some things, I really feel like she's fed up. So that made her speak her speech all over the situation. But in the end, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And frustrations can lead you to say things that you don't really mean. But the bottom line is the two of you are toxic. So please exit stage left. And that was the end of the episode. Child, 2 more episodes to go. Y'all please comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Do you see any of these couples making it? What do you feel about this season so far? I feel like it's just a bunch of mess. I really do. Like, at this point, after Married at First Sight on Wednesday, I can't say who's going to get proposed to and who's not, because they always throw us a curveball with these shows. So I can only go by what I'm given. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.